Hey, 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 it's your course director, Emily Ray. Just want to give you guys a little bit of positive, productive feedback on these enhanced portfolio websites that you created. So I'm going to take a look at them one by one and share a little bit of insight as I navigate what it is that you've created. So here we've got Sarah's portfolio. One thing that I'm noticing is that you've got kind of your branding and logo information here in this kind of banner image. And when I click on other pages, it's here on this one, but then it disappears when we kind of go over to the portfolio section or onto the service section. So on this page and on several others, like we have no identification of where we are. Your logo needs to be up in the header and visible front and center, maybe not center, but extremely visible on every page of your website. So I'm going to go back to home. And one thing also to point out is how this light blue color does not offer enough contrast with that gray background that it's on, so you're going to want to alter that there. Also seeing just a little, a lot of differences in terms of, visual styles, right? So we've got this thin outline here, border, but a thicker one here. We've got some text with drop shadow and some without. So, I would just encourage you to be a bit more consistent with how you're styling that. On the About page, we've got just a little bit of info about you, your story. So the blue text, again, is a stylistic difference. I think that, so over here you have your name on the home page in white on top of this, but then it's kind of a different color blue over here. So I'd work with just, kind of a more consistent color scheme. On portfolio, under, actually let's go here to kind of this main page, right? So it's kind of like this table of contents page. And so one of the things to note is the different styles here. We have round and then rectangular. And these photos aren't exactly the same size either. Like this one here is smaller than the one above, and you can see that because it looks slightly off on the grid. I would just be a little bit more precise with how you're laying that out and make sure that those pictures are the same dimensions. It's going to reflect well. If you do that. So let's just go ahead and take a look at one of these. So here we have portraits. So again, we've got Crojo's Photography. It says it up here. I know that that's kind of a moniker or a nickname or a brand or identity that you're going by, but when you don't explain it elsewhere, it's kind of like question mark. I thought I was on Sarah Daly's site. So you need to make sure that you are being consistent in that regard as well. So here we can click on these images and we just get the full lightbox effect, which is nice because you're showcasing your photography, and so we want to be able to look at those images in an uninterrupted sort of way. And then over here under service, now I was curious as what I would find there, and so here it's just a contact form, right? And it's this weird sort of, it looks like it's embedded. I'm wondering if there's something in Wix that you can use that doesn't have to load into the page in terms of it being kind of an embed, because when I first came to this page, when it was loading up, it didn't look like there was anything on this page. And so I would think that maybe this is more like a contact me page, just because I don't see any other, way to get in touch. So, thinking about that, there's a few changes that you should definitely consider, Sarah, to push this site to its next best place. Next up, we've got the site of Malia. So Squarespace, looking nice. We've got your demo here, your nice logo over here in the corner, and then just kind of a nice motion, dynamic movement behind your name there. So we've got home, contact, about, and folio. I'm going to scroll down. So feature work. So I think this should be featured, as in put a D at the end here. So digital, print, and music. All this is looking nice. So we've got video editing, matte painting, motion graphics, all that. So that's looking great. All this is nice. It says featured work, but like there's nothing I can click on here. So it's not really featured work as much as it is kind of your services or what you could be hired for. So kind of a reframing of this would be necessary. Here we've got your social media accounts and just, your copyright information. That's good to have. Contact. We've got just a simple form here. This is a little odd. I think you've given it bullet points over here. We've got some just some floating bullets. And then just a simple contact form, which is nice. on the About page. Just a little bit about you. Nice little bio. You've got your resume here. And so I'm looking at this, and that's what I was afraid of. Picture of words. Now, Malia, you know better than this. Your site isn't optimized for search engines if you are taking pictures of text, right? So this needs to be laid out in such a way that it is text on a page and therefore searchable by search engines. We've got your artist statement. So again, I mean, like, this is good placeholder content, but you need to take some time to recreate this in a web-based layout. On your folio, so features overview, some of the projects. So logo reveal. That's kind of cool. I like that you've given them titles and that you've given them a little bit of description. So one thing to also think about is that, like, you know, nowhere really, I mean, I guess you did say it on the About page. Let's go back and take a look. Yep, so that you're studying at Full Sail University. But here on the folio page, when you start talking about your projects, like this is one of the projects I did for Portfolio One. No one really knows what Portfolio One means unless they are a Full Sail student or kind of know the flow or organization of the courses. So make sure that when you're writing these descriptions that you're writing in them in such a way that a stranger or someone who has no idea that you're a student can understand you know, what it is that they're looking at. And then demo. So I'm going to go over here, and so we've got the demo reel, and it's going to play. So it looks like it's embedded here in YouTube. And it's got some of your music and some of the video editing. So that's nice. That looks really nice. You know, one thing I might do, Malia, and this is just when you have time and to evolve this to a better place is, so this is stock, right? Like, this is what comes with a Squarespace template, and it's chill, but it's kind of just like a waste of, you know, high value real estate. If you want me looking at some sort of like cool motion graphic or like some motion behind there, I know that you at some point can and will create that. But so, you know, just an idea that like you're giving up a lot of your space on your website to, you know, to something that's not your own content. So definitely an opportunity for you there to showcase more of your work in this area instead of the water aspect. But overall, I mean, Squarespace is a great platform for you, and you're really using it well. So I look forward to seeing how this evolves. Let me know how I can help. And then we've got Gabby's site. So here we have just a kind of a automated slideshow of just different pictures and stuff. We've got your name, home, fashion, travel, and about me. Okay, so I'm wondering, you know, what this is, just because right now, okay, it's an individual, but don't understand kind of the focus of this site. So I'm going to scroll down, and I don't really see anything. So it's still really a mystery at this point. I don't know if it's a portfolio site. I don't know if it's a business. I don't know if it's a personal travel blog. You know, it raises a whole bunch of questions there. Under fashion, let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and select that. So here we have some cool photography, right? So we've got kind of scrolling along. We can see the different things here for fashion, right? But like, I don't know how to understand this, right? Like I know you, so there's a certain amount as your instructor that I understand about it, but like, are you showcasing fashion photography? Is that what you want us to see? Or did you do the styling on this? So this is all kind of like confusing in that, like, I don't really know how to understand this within the context of your portfolio site. Why are you showing me this? There needs to be some sort of explanation as to what that is. Under travel, we have, it looks like, you know, just different pictures of, you know, cool places that you've been, and you've got them organized by location, which is nice. So are you showcasing that you like to travel, or is this photography? Are you showcasing photography skills? And like, so as part of a portfolio, generally you would be showcasing work that you would want to get more kinds of work like that. So be thinking about how you want to package and promote who you are, Gabby, and what it is that you want to do. So about me. So here, just your background, you're studying at Full Sail, and that you're passionate about photography. So I think maybe some of this information needs to be expanded on the home page. Like, it doesn't make sense to me that these are two separate pages. It might need to be merged into one. This is a nice evolution from where you had it last month, but definitely need to be thinking about, Gabby, like, who are you and what are you doing in media communications, and how can you best create a site or a portfolio or a place online that will capture that essence of who you are and communicate it in such a way that will really showcase your talents and what it is that you want to do in this industry. I'm always happy to look at whatever you guys make, so certainly bring it back to portfolio for another look whenever you have done some revisions.